Hello everyone, welcome back. In previous classes, we have created a REST API using the RAML. In this case, in this video, we are going to test the REST API that we have created in the design center, whether it is working perfectly or not. So let's go to the Anypoint platform and test the. Of course, already I have mentioned these are divided into four area and in previous classes we have created the REST API and we have explained everything in detail in these four part, that these four cases, the case 1, case 2 and case 3 and case 4. Okay, now in this lecture I am going to test this REST API. This is the web console where you can test the API. You can see this area, this divided into two area. First area is called the documentation area, where you can see this and you can also try to test, you can test it. Okay, but if you go to this area, there is also called as a make public. If you click on here, this will give a URL. Using this URL you can test using the Postman also. Okay, so I am going to perform in both way. First using the documentation. If you click on, if you go to documentation, and you can see here it is coming as a server, select server, but this server is the local host, so we cannot test using local host. So we are going to use the mocking service. Select the mocking service and click on try it. If you click on try it, you can see in the case 1, for the case 1 what we are going to do, we are basically passing the employee ID and year as a query parameter. So let's pass the employee ID and the year as a query parameter, and let's click on send request. You can see we are getting response as a employee rating A, and that is the same response that we are expecting. Okay, now you can see here that we are was only passing the employee ID, but if we have the option, we can pass the any year also, and we can click on send, it will work. You can see it is giving the rating as to us. So you can see in the employee ID a star is mentioned because it is required, but here we have made year as a false. You can see we had made a query parameter year as a false, so it is not necessary to give the year. We can give the employee ID only to. Okay, now let's try the another method. We can try the another method. Back to docs and select the another method as a post method, and in post basically let's try it. Click on try it. In post method we are selecting the this as a request. You can see this as a request, and also you can see in the documentation this is for the new joinee, and we are sending this as a request, and we are expecting this as a response. So let's click on the send it. Now you can see we have get the response as a error. Okay, let's see why it is giving as a error, because we have not select as a mocking service, because this localhost not is present, this is not present in the this portal. So we have to select the mocking service and just click on send. Now you can see now we are getting the successful that is employee status of our thank you for rating your employee. Okay, now let's select the another method, that is the put method. In the put method let's click on try it, but before let's select the mocking service, and again we are sending this as a request and we are expecting a response. Okay, so okay, somehow I have removed the request, so let me write the request here. Okay, now if I click on send, we are going to see. But if I try to like that, let's take example, if I am removing the year, then you can see it will give as error. If I remove the year, you can see it will give as error. You can see request validation error came. Okay, In this way we can test our web service. Let me go to the documentation and let me go to summary. We have tested the get, post and put method. Let me test the delete method. In delete method, let me click on try it and let me select the mocking service. After that, here we have to provide the URI parameter. You can see it is required, a star is coming and we have to provide the URI parameter. If without providing, if I am sending, you can see it is coming as invalid parameter because parameter employee ID is missing. So we have to give the employee ID. Let me write any employee ID, you can see, and let me click on send. You can see now it is coming as a status as a employee successfully removed from database. Now this is the documentation area and where we can test the our web service, that is just we have tested all and it is working perfectly. Let's try this using the make public. If you enable the make public, if you disable it will disabled. If you click on enable, it will give you a URL and you can give this URL to anyone and you have the option to click set as expiration, like that I want this URL to be active till like that till 1st of June only. Till 1st of June anyone can use this URL. After that, when they are till 31st of May, anyone can use this URL. After that, this URL going to be expire. So let me copy this URL and let me paste this URL to here, into here. This URL is equivalent to this URL. If you are talking this URL is equivalent to only this area, that is the http localhost 8081 till this it is valid. After that, this thing we need to mention here. So this URL is equivalent to https localhost 8081, this URL. After that, again we have to mention the employee and details. These all things we have to mention. So let me mention this employee and details. Okay, this is the whole URL created. Let's go to the scenario. First scenario, what we are going to do, we are doing the get method with the query parameter. So let me write the query parameter. Okay, for query parameter, again we are going to get method or post get method. Let me go to query parameter. Let me write as a emp what is that, emp id. Okay, emp id. Okay, let me write here id and let me give the value as something like that, any number. Okay, and let me give the second key as a year. Okay, it should be a small, and let me give here as a 2024. So I have passed these two query parameter. If you go to the URL, you can see it will come in like that, question mark, employee ID is equal to this and the year is equal to this. Okay, now if I click on the send, you can see you will get the response. You can see I am getting the same response that I am expecting as a employee rating A. Okay, now let's go to the case 2. In the case 2, we are sending this URL and we are sending the request this and we are expecting the response. So again, let's go to the URL and modify this URL, or let me uncheck this. You can uncheck here, it will make modification. Okay, let me go to the body. Under body we have to go to raw. Under raw, let's select the message format as a JSON because we are sending as a JSON. Now let's select the message that we are going to send. We are going to send this as a request and we are expecting in response as a employee status. Okay, so let's select as a request. Already I have this in the here. Let me copy from here itself. Let me copy from here and let me write to here. Okay, you can beautify it. Okay, I have here, it will make it. Okay, let me click on send, and if I click on send, you will get. Okay, currently it is validation error is going because it is saying that required parameter employee id is missing because we are sending the wrong method, because it should be a post method. Okay, so let me select the select correct method. I have selected the correct method, and let me try to send it again. Okay, still coming as a required parameter employee id is missing. Okay, let me see why this is coming. Till detail it is correct. Okay, let me try to pass node. It should be a, that is fine. Let me try to pass. Okay, okay, it is invalid. Okay, let me try to do. Okay, somehow the JSON format was not modified perfectly, so I have given the proper space and these all thing. So if I click on send, you can see it is coming as a thank you for choosing the employee, and it is same as what we are expecting in the post method. It is coming. Okay, now go to the case 3, that is we are using the, in the case 3 we are using the URI parameter to get the details. So let's go to the case 3. In the case 3, what we are going to do, we are going to pass as a URI parameter, and we are going to select, let's take any employee ID that I want to pass, and let's select the method as a delete method. And if I click on send, you can see it will come as employee has been successfully removed from database, and same we are expecting here also as a response. Okay, now let's select the case 4 as a put method, where we are sending the with this URL, and we are sending this detail, and we are expecting this as a response. Okay, now let's select this put method. Let's select this as a put method because we are updating detail, and let me remove this URI parameter. Okay, and let me try to send it. Okay, you can see getting the same response, and thank you for rating your employee. Okay, so we have seen this 4 example, case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, and using the both, using the mocking service, using the documentation testing these all, and using the this mocking service public link also we have seen. Okay, in this way what we are going to do, we are going to take this URL, and we are going to give this URL to the client, and we are going to say this is the basically base till the local host, and after that you are going to test the situation, and if you need any modification you can suggest me. And in this way we have tested the our API, and it is working perfectly. And once it is done, you can make it off, because making it on is not good. Okay, now this is done. We have created our REST API web service employee rating API. We have tested it perfectly. In next classes we are going to publish to the Anypoint exchange. This thing we are going to publish it. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed. Again, if you have any doubt, any question, you can send me email. Thank you for watching the video. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it.